Bending the pole in pole vaulting is an interesting topic. Obviously, for novice people watching the pole vault, from what they see, the more the pole bends, the higher you jump. But how do you bend the pole, and is that something you should really be focusing on? So what does bend the pole? Runway speed and mass. That's right. How fast you run down the runway and your weight is what bends the pole. There's not much that you can do besides runway speed to bend the pole. I've seen many vaulters with collapsed bottom arms bend the pole, and I've seen many vaulters with a rigid bottom arm bend poles. The runway speed is key. So you might be asking yourself, how do I get my athletes to start bending the pole? What it really comes down to is a good line of poles. If the pole is too stiff, the athlete won't bend it. If the pole is too soft, they'll bend it too much. In the following videos, you're going to see an athlete that I start off with straight pole and slowly transition them to the pole that will bend for them. Here we have an athlete gripping 11 on a 13.7 160, and it really doesn't bend much. It's going to be a straight pole drill. And think about it, they're from 3 lefts, they're not carrying a lot of speed. Here we give you that shot again in slow motion just so you can see how little the pole bends. Yeah, not much bend there at all. Now I grip the athlete up to 11.3. We go down one pole. This is a 13.755, and you can see the pole starts to bend more. A few jumps later, we get the grip up to 12, and we're on a 13.750, and wow, that pole bends a lot. Now let's watch this one in slow motion again. Now think about it. We went down 10 pounds of pole. His grip went up to 12. The pole bent a lot more. But remember, we talked about how important speed is. Here we have the athlete gripping 12.6 in that 13.760 that wouldn't bend from 3 lefts. Well, now he's at a 5. He's bringing in more speed, and that pole bends enough too. One last thought. Coach the athlete, not the pole. So many people obsess over how much the pole is bending. Instead, focus on your athlete. Are they running properly? Are they jumping up? Is their plant timing correct? Focus on those things that your athlete can control, and make sure you put them on an appropriate pole. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please email us at apexvaulting@gmail.com. I try to respond as quickly as possible. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Check out our podcast and let us know your thoughts.